In this short World of Warcraft news analysis video, it's a little bit of an out-of-turn one. I would like to share my opinions on the topic of whether or not Blizzard should have postponed the announcements regarding Shadowlands. Let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Gyro, I'm your host here. Videos are coming to you every couple of days time. Please do not be alarmed that this is not a gameplay focused video and this is not a guide or some sort of another push of horrific visions, even though I am using one of my cloak ranking up videos, video footages in the background, just so that you don't get too bored simply listening to me and looking at me here for 10 minutes or so. What I felt like I needed to talk about is I wanted to share my thoughts, my opinions with you on the whole thing that postponed the Shadowlands Reveal event that was supposed to happen, if I'm not mistaken, today. So original post that was made by Blizzard said that we should set a reminder in our calendars for Tuesday, June the 9th, PDT, for a simulcraft stream live with World of Warcraft executive producer John Haidt and game director Ian Hazekostas. They'll share more about the upcoming Shadowlands expansion with a look at some of the newest content in development. I was really excited, you were really excited, we were all really excited about this. Of course, terrible events happened in the world in the meantime. This is not a channel that is about politics. I'd like to make it very, very clear. I am purely sharing my opinion as a player, as a gamer who has been, let's call it for what it is, deprived of certain content, deprived of certain positive news that I was looking forward to. I represent a specific slice of the crowd that are consuming gaming content right now, and they find a lot of solace and a lot of happiness and a lot of kind of calmness and a lot of it's a bit of a form of escapism, so to speak, for a lot of people. And that's why I'd like to make an effort and encourage you to simply stick to that angle that I'm trying to highlight here. And you figured out by now this is going to be a bit of a rambly chat type of video. So when they released additional posts saying more important voices than ours need to be heard, and now is the time to listen. We are postponing our upcoming World of Warcraft Shadowlands live stream planned for June the 9th, and we will share more details about the expansion in the future. Guys, even if you are a good citizen of the world and you understand what's going on and you feel for a lot of people affected by the events, and even though you understand it, I am with it, right? You still can't help but feel disappointed. If we are honest here, you can't help but feel disappointed that as players, as people who choose this form of escapism really, from the world of politics, from all these kind of troubles and stuff like that, we find solace, we find happiness, some form of happiness, we find a bit of, sanity in looking forward to a game, immersing ourselves in a game world, taking a conscious step back from reality that might not be particularly pleasant for a lot of us. That's at least my angle on this. Please don't take it for me being not a supporter of defenders of freedom and whatever else is going on in the world. I'm not mocking it. I'm just trying to be very clear and not be misunderstood here, because it's critical for me, so that you understand where I'm coming from. I appreciate the generic statements of the companies that more important voices need to be heard. But even though I'm not into politics, I'm simply about the position and stance the companies take and how they sometimes try to capitalize on you and my emotional responses to what's happening in the world. So don't want to really beat the dead horse here, as much as I hate that saying as well. But the Blizzchung situation. Remember Blizzchung situation? When Blizzard took that political, very dodgy kind of political stance, first sort of being in denial and not really even acknowledging the problem, but then they acknowledged it at BlizzCon, and a lot of us, if not forgave them, but at the very least we kind of took a nod that J. Allen Brack for at least acknowledging that something went wrong and that they need to do better and all that kind of stuff. Look, this is where it's hard for me to stay just a gamer and not turn into a responsible adult that I actually am, and not to say that a lot of what they say are cover-ups. A lot of what they say as a big company that is behind the game that we love, both you and I, a lot of what they say, a lot of stances that they take, similar to what they did with BlizzCon, similar to what they're doing now they're suddenly postponing a live stream of talking about Shadowlands because more important voices need to be heard. Why didn't it matter during the BlizzCon moment? Why are they trying to jump on I can't help but feel that they are jumping a little bit on a bandwagon of what's happening right now in the world, and you as a company need to be with it, and you need to say, okay, we also postpone our streams to let the most important voices to be heard. As much as I believe that there are voices that need to be heard, I also am adult enough to say that, guys, those who want to listen to those voices, they already are tuned into channels that talk or broadcast those voices. I am one of those people. I am with it, I know, but for me, I also need this source of entertainment and need these beacons of happiness and these beacons of something good that I look forward to in my life regularly at predictable intervals, in order for the whole world, for me not to turn into a political battlefield. You know what I'm saying? That's why I am disappointed with Blizzard's decision to postpone this reveal, because I think postponing the reveal is purely some sort of a PR, public relations type of stunt that they think, obviously a calculated move that they think is going to elevate the brand somehow or show that they are supporters of what right now is popular to be supported. So the action has nothing to do with how noble the actual cause is. The point is that they are mixing two things that can be done in parallel. The important voices could be heard, and they are being heard by people who want to hear them, by me, but as a parallel activity. This is my gaming activity, this is what I still want to hear. I want to hear the voices of important people fighting for important things in life right now, for all of us, but at the same time I want to hear the news about my game, because nothing suddenly, that part should not suddenly stop. It's not like I don't have attention span available to do both. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not like I'm right now here in the middle of celebrations while there is a plague in the street. It is not that situation. The situation is that the voices that they are referring to, the more important voices, they are broadcasting on frequencies where there is substantial amount of audience and rebroadcasters and all of that kind of stuff where that stuff is happening. If you have capacity and interest to listen to those important voices, well, guess what? There are plenty of other YouTube channels that I follow as well, that we both can and should be probably tuned into, and that we should be listening to. But at the same time, Shadowlands Reveal event, postponing it for what? Why? Why do you have to postpone this while you and I still need a solid source of entertainment? We still have a life cycle. We still have our interests, our needs for sanity, for happiness, for those kind of things that we choose to get our happiness and interests and hobbies and whatever from. Those things still need to continue. The show must go on. My point is that the show must go on, and putting this political PR stunt, in my opinion, subjective opinion thing of postponing the reveal event and waiting like how the public obviously reacts before they even reschedule this, like in my opinion, that is excessive, unnecessary, and appears like a cheap PR stunt. I'm sorry if that doesn't align with everyone, but this is my opinion. I am not just a gamer. I'm also a person with opinions, and I'm an adult. I'm aware of what's going on in the world, but I still want to play my game just as much as you do, probably, hopefully. Again, let's keep politics, heavy politics and all this kind of stuff out of it, please. I try to, I'm sorry if it's a bit disclaimer rich, this kind of narrative, but that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I'm very conscious about trying to not offend my people, because I know you come here for entertainment, which is why I'm once again telling you, me publishing this video because I felt like talking to you about this. This is Warcraft news. This is Warcraft news, yeah, coverage. I am not taking away from the content that I'm preparing for you as far as horrific visions and other stuff is concerned. So I publish videos every 2 days. Normally, every 2 days you get the content that you subscribed for. I will continue doing so. And this video that I'm publishing today does not take away from that cadence. What I mean is, I published a video yesterday. I published this video out of turn today. And I will publish the video that you deserve, that you signed up for. If this is not your piece of content that you signed up for, I appreciate you listening to me. I would even appreciate more if you share your opinion in the comments down below. What do you think about it? Should they have postponed the Shadowlands reveal? Regardless of the voices, regardless of anything like that, should they really? But you are gonna get another World of Warcraft Horrific Visions class specific video tomorrow. So the core content videos still come to you every 2 days time, is my point. This video today didn't take away from that. I simply appreciate you for tuning in, even clicking the link and listening to me talk to you. And like I said, because I see my people not just as kind of, at least at this scale, I'm able to see you as individuals, especially if you choose to reveal yourselves and talk to me. I want to see this as a club of friends who play World of Warcraft, but we also have opinions, we share them with each other. And I am very conscious of trying to not offend anyone. I'm just sharing my own opinion on this topic. I don't think that Blizzard should have postponed Shadowlands Reveal, because that goes separately from what's going on in the world. And we are engaged in a form of escapism, and we should not be denied engagement in that form of escapism because some voices need to be heard. Voices still will be heard by those of us who want to hear them. That is kind of a summary, I suppose, to wrap up of what I wanted to say to you. Would love to hear from you, would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. Gyro signing off for now.